Cool. All right, so time for some gameplay again. I made a couple tweaks to the Black Blue Green Explore list that I showed off yesterday. I added 2 more Jadelight Rangers to have some better Explorer. I used 2 rare wild crafting cards to make those. And I cut the token generator guy and the 3/4 that lets you see the top card of your deck and play it, just to bring the curve down a little bit and have more consistency of hitting those Explorers. So we're still in gold 4. Let's see if we can make some progress. I'm also testing Gift of Paradise, I think the card is called, over the 2 mana guy who can tap for whatever color and grows as you do it, just to see if that feels a little more consistent. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, this is kind of tough, but I think I'll keep Golden Demise. Is just randomly such a blowout against people who are trying to jam red decks and grind wins quickly. And if the Seeker Squire hits +1/+1 on the Explorer, it'll live through it. Obviously going to lead off with the tapped land. I notice a lot of people who stream missequence their lands, or at least kind of the way I was taught. They make some strange plays where they could play a tap land, but opt not to. I guess I'll graveyard that. I want more guys. So depending on what opponent does, I'll either try to play this Foul Orchard next turn, or I might just pull the trigger on Golden Demise. This will probably be a good Golden Demise turn. Or I can get greedy, play the Gift. I guess I want to do that, especially since he held back there from even attacking. Always make sure to enchant your basic lands. A lot of decks play 1 to 2x of that card that destroys non-basics, so don't want to lose the Gift in the process there. Seeker Squire is going to hang back here. Just against red deck, I want them to go wide, especially with my hand here, Golden Demise. So if they play like the 3/2 haste guy, who, nope, they just played the concede button, which is great. So let's see what our random card is here. Blight Keeper. Alright, that seems a pretty hard card to justify having in your collection, but it is now in mine permanently. Oh, a rematch. So we know the opponent here is red deck again. So this can inform our mulliganing decisions, assuming that they have not changed decks. Oh, yeah. So this is something I don't mind keeping. I have potential life gain off the Walker. They do go first, but the Walker's either going to draw burn or be a good blocker and source of life gain. Adonis Climb is probably next on the chopping block as I get better options. Or maybe I should even cut this for like a cheap removal spell. Alright, so this is probably going to eat removal, but I don't mind just playing it here. Their draw seems pretty slow. And if I get to untap with this and double Explorer. Alright. Well, that opponent's not having a good day. Maybe we'll take a March of the Drowned. Nope. No thanks. Alright, let's see if we can queue into them again. And take advantage of this tilt. Take a nice sip of my beverage here. Ooh, hopefully this doesn't hang up. A couple weeks ago I was having matches that would kind of hang right here during matchmaking, and alright, good. Feels like they resolved that issue. Alright. This hand seems solid. Solid enough. I get to go first too. Champion of Wits is kind of tough in hands like this, where you don't really have anything that you want to discard. But I guess I won't mind playing it to try to find lands potentially if I miss off of my explorers. Okay. Sacred Cat. So this person could just be on like a white tokens deck, a green-white, cat deck, which is a thing. You don't see it that frequently. Or most likely they're on kind of the blue-white token combo, for lack of a better term, deck that just gains a ton of life, floods the board, and uses the white desert to just pump the team and get at you. It tends to be a pretty slow... Oh, no, okay. So they're on kind of the Boggles variant. Just making the biggest creature they can with enchantments and hoping it goes all the way. But I should be in a good position to race with my Explorer team. Wild Growth Walker. If I had a second green source, I would want to keep that since I can play it and the Branch Walker next turn, but I think I'll put it in the graveyard. I can always get it back later with Scarab God. Now I have 5 points of pressure on the board. Any removal that they run, the most likely removal, are the 4-cost enchantments. Whatever the most recent version of Oblivion Rings are. And honestly, if they use those up on these guys, it means that they won't have them for my Scarab God, if it gets to that. Oh, let's see. Oh, nope, Sacred Cat is still attacking. It is going to be a little hard to race the life gain. So let's fish for a green source untapped. Nope. But definitely don't mind graveyarding that. And can get in with the Wild Growth Walker. So we're drawing live to Chupacabra here, which would just blow up their Sacred Cat, win us the board pretty easily. Also, any land untapped, probably just playing Scarab God would be good. If I don't... Okay, that's tough. So, depending on what I draw here, next turn it might just be Champion of Wits into hopefully an untapped source of mana, and then play Merfolk Branch Walker. Well, City's Blessing, those enchantments add up. Okay. So that's not a terrible draw. It lets me discard this other Champion of Wits in my hand, and I really do just want them in the graveyard. Very good. Let's climb, goodbye. Folk Branch Walker. Gift of Paradise. Does gain me life. It does get me a second blue source for flashing back these champions. 6. It might be a reluctant keep. No, I need to find removal. It's a graveyard. And I think here we're just going to ship with everybody. If they want to block with their 2/1 flyer, I'm fine with that. If I brick on lands next turn, or if I just brick on my draw in general, I'm just going to get the Scarab God down, and I can bring back these Champion of Wits at the cheaper cost. Cool. It'll be a little risky because it does open us up to an Oblivion Ring type effect. I don't remember what they're called right now in this format. I'm still kind of learning the card names. I think of them in reference to like cards that I knew when I was playing the game a lot, which probably gives away my age a little bit. If they ever stop attacking with the double striker here, that'll be a good sign that their hand is pretty light, that they're looking to discourage us from attacking with the smaller creatures on board. So that's a little encouraging. This has vigilance? Oh, wow. Alright, well, Scarab got away. Fitted pools down. And see, that can't. Well, with the Scarab God out, I think I want to do something like this. I don't want to lose the Wild Growth Walker, but I do want to be able to bring these back, potentially, to gain the life. Opponent fell for it by taking the free trade. One thing that's kind of annoying right now, I think I mentioned this in the first gameplay video, is that stacking the triggers doesn't seem to be something that can be done right now. So bringing back these Champions of Wits, ooh, this is a little scary. 4, 10, 12, oh, very scary. It just outright kills me. So much for our free wins. That was going to be a tough draw to beat without a Chupacabra, but it does inspire me to add in a little more cheap removal. Cut this Damas Climb. And put in Moment of Craving. And I think I'll cut one Seeker Squire as well, just to get 2 more cheap pieces of interaction. It didn't quite do it in that last game, but the UI gets pretty funny when you start to have really wide board states. It'll all of a sudden just completely zoom out one side of the board, and we'll see. Sometimes this deck can create that as well. Yeah, this is a keep. Alright, red deck again. So we'll put out the Lightning Rod here. See if Ethereal is as keen to give up the game. When I gain 6. I was debating if it would be better to actually kind of skip, but I think we want the maximum opportunity to draw a land here. Nice. Scarab God. Am I even going to need that? I don't have black. I will have black, so okay, library. I'm not going to be able to block this because it has Menace, so I just will chip in for 3. So next turn it'll be Gift of Paradise onto my untapped forest and Merfolk Branchwalker. And this Wild Growth Walker is probably not going to block at this point because the life differential is pretty high. And our opponent does not have a super strong draw. They might follow up with that 2/2 for a striker here. Nope, nothing. Okay. So I want to make sure to tap my lands right because I want to enchant the forest. Get the most value out of this. The AI is smart enough here to give me to auto tap that forest. Opponent can't play that same trick this time. Okay. So they can ping this off for free if they like. More power to them. Next turn I'll probably just slam. Alright. Damn. I was going to slam the Scarab God and threaten to bring back that Explorer creature. What do we get? Upgrade me? Oh, nice. Ooh. Huatley. I don't know if this card is actually that good, but it does make me want to try to cobble together like a green-white-red dinosaur deck with a lot of ramp. That's my second one. I actually opened one in my initial pack opening frenzy. I think they give you like 15 or so to start in your account, but I'll have to take a look at the collection off video and decide if that's something to pursue. Ivysaurman. Nice. Look at these hands. We're really getting it. Just automatically get Wild Growth Walker every game. Red deck again. This is one of the reasons I like this deck, is that red players tend to scoop to it very early in what would normally be a long drawn out game. Resolves quickly. Cool. Opponent was tanking there, maybe thinking, oh, like if I play something like this they might want to ping it, right? I guess they value that 1 damage. Awesome. Okay. Let's explore first. See if we hit an untapped or a come into play tapped land, which I would want to play here. Oh, there we go. See, sequencing. So let's see. I guess I'll hold back here. Chances are that they're going to play the 3/2 haste, make the Wild Growth Walker unable to block, but I still want to be able to block in the Branch Walker, or put them in a situation where they have to sacrifice their Firebrand. Oh, okay. I have to be careful of the deal 2 here. And what's the Eternalize on this? 6, so that's pretty far away. Might be right just to take the damage. I definitely don't want to block with the Walker and risk them burning it with their unavailable mana. But do I? You know what? I think if I do this, it might prompt them to... They left the Fanatical Firebrand back anyways, so might as well force them to use it on the Branch Walker or lose their Kenra. That's right, Ivysaur, man. We saw your trick. We know this game. So we don't really need to ramp here. So I think we'll just play the Champion of Wits. Get another creature down the board that can block. This is probably going to eat that removal if they have it. Oh, no. Okay. And we'll discard one gift and one swamp. Next turn we can do that same play of gifting a land, using the land to make a merfolk. Actually, we can probably play double gift and merfolk next turn, which would be pretty great. No attackers. They kill it, yeah, magma spray. So we read them for that last turn with that attack. Means we won't get to bring back this Champion of Wits because magma spray removes it from the game, or exiles it as they now say. Oh, tanking? Okay, so they don't have the second magma spray. Great news for us. Alright, so we have a tap land here. Gift to gain life. See what we explore into. Scarab God. I don't think we have anything down here, right? But they do. Alright, I think we're just gonna keep it. Shoot, it wouldn't let me see my graveyard. Yeah, okay, we do have one. Fetid Pool's tapped. No attackers. So they kind of presented that they didn't have magma spray last turn. 3 cards in hand, so depending on what they drew, we'll have to decide if we want to do a somewhat risky block or not. We're at 23 life here, so if we resolve the Scarab God we're about to draw and start bringing stuff back, it's going to be somewhat difficult. Alright, so they left the 2, 4, 6. I think I'm comfortable just taking 6 here, to be honest. I'm going to gain 3. I think I have enough. What, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I have enough to play Gift and Scarab God next turn. That animation was because this Rigging Runner has first strike, so they kind of separate. Yeah. So how do I want to do this? Green, green. Gift the other swamp. Let Scarab God. Alright, so this turn I'll definitely do some kind of gang block on the menace creatures here. I'm going to set an stop. You can, not to the same level of precision that they have on Magic Online, but you can set stops on your turn phases here. And I want to set it here so that way when the Scarab God triggers on my upkeep, it'll give me some priority. Actually, do I even want to block here? I think I don't. I don't want them to do anything to this. Hope they don't have whatever puncture that deals 5 and removes the creature from the game. That would be pretty sad. But I want to get this up to 6 toughness, so on my upkeep, I'll bring back Merfolk Branchwalker. Using the Scarab God ability. Oh, they're going for it here. I guess I'll bring back Wild Growth Walker. and the branch walker. Oops, that's right, friend. That's how this card works. So I'm going to resolve the Explore trigger. Library. Alright. That does it. Alright, well, I won another game here because that first red opponent was scooping so quickly. But I think the Gift of Paradise works well, and I wasn't missing the cards that have been taken out, so I'll keep on it with this build. But I'm going to call it here for this video, and I'll try to get another one posted tomorrow.